Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action. Grant, having played in the league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, B.A., it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body, and mentally, it might be even more difficult.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. They've got Malawach. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Topic. Then it's Chet Holmgren, and it's Okeke in at the small forward position. And so here is Chicago. Toronto making their last shot. Two open that time. They didn't look easy.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. And Wembanyama has the ball here for Chicago. Here's Scott. Second shot opportunity. And Wembanyama lays it up and in.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Pass to Holmgren. Here's Okeke. Lets the three fly. Pure from three-point range.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Here's Scott. Here's Wade. And again, it's Chicago with a three.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
Here's Topic. Outside, SGA. Pass to Topic. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
Here's Okeke. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Here's Okeke. Now here's Holmgren. 6 to shoot. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Here's Wembanyama. Great D that time from Holmgren.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Screen by Holmgren. Topic for three. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. And a moment to check out the 2K leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. Third is Chet Holmgren.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Now Holmgren. Jacks up a three. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. SGA against Wembanyama. Here's Wade. Takes the three. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Topic. He came away with 14 points in his last game. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Wade. It's good from about 19 feet. Wade's got 8.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And Toronto calls time here. James is checked in for Scott.
Number 9,
Pass to Topic. Back to Akiki. Clock at 6. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. And again, Toronto, no good.
It's been that kind of quarter for them. The shot has just been unreliable.
They set the screen to the left side wing. Chicago passing it around. James against SGA. There's the 3. James can't get it to go. Toronto trails by 8. Holmgren, the pass to SGA. And he makes it on the layup.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
And James has got the ball here for the Bulls. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, we saw how combative yet enjoyable last season's series was. Two very excellent teams going at it.
Exactly. They split the series, Greg. Two elite teams and conference foes renewing that rivalry tonight.
And so here is Toronto following the three-point basket by Chicago. Inside. Stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. And the shot goes down. Wade's got 13 now.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
And the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. And when that's the case, just keep feeding the hot hand.
Here's Topic. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Akiki. Shot clock at 6. It's SGA with a drive. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Koloko, he's checked in for Malowach. Eason comes in for Chet Holmgren. Furphy's checked in for Topic. And it's Collier in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Harrington. Takes a 3. Hits the trifecta.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Toronto trails by 12. Pass to Furphy. There's 39 seconds left in the first. Here's Collier. Over James. Collier, no good. Bulls leading by 12. Out to James. Another 3 for Chicago.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Here's Furphy. The 3 ball. The putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound and get it back up.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls in command with a 13-point lead at the end. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
They've got James. Marc Gasol is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Harrington in at the 4-man position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
James passes to Wade. Fires it. Rebound Toronto. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Furphy. And he lobs it up. It's stolen. Up top, Alexander Walker. No made baskets yet. Pass to James. Launches it. Here's Gasol. And off the glass. That one's good.
Gasol doing a nice job fundamentally getting position and going right back up. plays the game the way most coaches teach it.
Scott's checked in for Chicago. Firing up the 2K leaderboard. The NBA's leaders in shooting over the last month. Fifth on the list, Chicago.
Their offense has clicked the past few weeks. I mean, everyone out there knows their role and where to be on the floor.
Pass to Okiki for three. He drops it from range. Okiki's got 6.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Alexander Walker. They get the rebound. Here's Gasol. Goes up again. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Here's Collier. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Big time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Here's Harrington. Here's Alexander Walker. Gets the 3 ball to go. Alexander Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Toronto trails by 13. Pass to Eason from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Here's Wade. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor. And one thing about this game, Grant, on any given night, you can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, BA, it just shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out. Every team in the league has quality players. So if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, if you're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. BA, back to you.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. Thank you, Allie. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Malawach is checked in for Koloko. Holmgren comes in for Eason. Topic is checked in for Furphy. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Collier. Here's Topic. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Down low. Will it go? Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
3rd and blocks. And the way they attacked the glass was absolutely infectious, finishing in the top 10 in total rebounding in the league.
And as for the shot blocking, interior defense was one of the hallmarks of this team. They protected the rim and forced teams to beat them on the perimeter. Hart's checked in for Jalen Williams. Here's Scott. He's got 5. There's Bogdanovich with the 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in the game. Holmgren with a screen on Hart. Takes it inside. And that one's good. Topic has got his first points of the night.
Gets the defender to sell out on the pump fake, then flips it in.
Outside Hart. Pass to Scott. This one for 3. Counted from distance.
Really warming up. He's scoring it with consistency this quarter.
And so here is Toronto. They trail by 18. Right wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, Holmgren. 4-3, Holmgren.
Whoa, great answer from Holmgren. You gotta love how competitive this kid is.
Outside Hart. Chicago passing it around. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Malawach. Toronto trails by 15. Pass to Okiki. Here's Topic. And again, Toronto with a triple.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Scott, and right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Scott's got 8 here in this quarter. Here's Topic. He's got 5. To the inside. Holmgren with a big reach.
Oh, so much size. Holmgren barely has to jump.
Here's Scott. Outside Bogdanovich. From the arc. Rebounded by Malowacz. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got 33 seconds left in the second. And that one's good. Topic.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Chicago leading by 10. Here's Scott. 11 points in the game. Lets it go from deep. Bogdanovich, no good. SGA looking around. Holmgren outside. Just 3 on the clock. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Bulls. They lead by 8. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Oh, why are you asking? I'm a little tired, but, you know, I'm a busy man, Ernie. You know, I got a lot going on, but I'm here. Like, what's going on? I'm ready. What are we doing here?
We're on now, but don't worry about it. You can sleep behind the desk. Nobody will even notice you're gone. Hey, get him a pillow.
Come on, fellas. We got a job to do. Take it a little seriously, would you?
Bring me a pillow, too.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Chicago Bulls.
You know who's...
That's it for us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Chicago's shooting has been good, around 52% from the field. So for Toronto right now, Holmgren is out. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1.
You know, the size of Abdul-Jabbar typically overwhelms defenses, especially when he's operating close to the rim, forcing them to act as he draws the foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
The 7'2" Abdul-Jabbar is such a remarkable player, so talented, and you got to love that unblockable signature skyhook shot that he mastered from an early age.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Okiki, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Look at Chet using his size inside.
And wow. I mean, giving Holmgren a look from there, that's just too easy.
Here's Scott. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Wade, that's good.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Up top, Holmgren. Pass to Topic. Going all the way to the rack. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Wade's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
And here's Holmgren. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Topic for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Scott. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Wade. He buries it from 3. Wade's got 22.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
And that one's good. Holmgren.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Scott can't get it to go. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. A 12-point game. Here's Topic. Give him 8. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Chicago Bulls. On Monday, they kick off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. And then on Thursday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Brooklyn Nets.
And you know, for that matchup with the Warriors, it's the 8th time they'll take the court in this fledgling season. They'll be prepared for a tough one there.
Toronto trails by 12. Okiki, the pass to SGA. Here's Topic. Pass to Holmgren. The shake. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
They're so good with that shot fake. Holmgren understands how to fool defenders.
Both free throws good from Holmgren.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
Bulls leading by 10. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
Yeah, in that range.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the middle. Here's Holmgren, and the big finish by Holmgren.
This is what everyone wants from Holmgren, attacking without reservation on offense.
Pass to Wade. The 3. It falls, and now he's 10 of 15 shooting. Nice work.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And Toronto calls time here. Chicago making a switch here. James is checked in. Looking at our 2K leaderboard, these teams have been absolutely fantastic hitting the offensive boards. Toronto in second.
They've poured in a lot of second chance points recently, and that can be huge for your offense.
Here's Holmgren. 17 points in the game. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, with the new 11-year, $77 billion TV deal kicking in this season and tons of compelling teams, the NBA is in a great place. Commissioner Adam Silver said the NBA is in as strong as a position as it ever has been. Not just in my time as commissioner, he said, but in my over 3 decades at the league. Back over to you guys.
That's saying something. All right, thank you, Allie. Now here's Holmgren. Puts up the 8-footer. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 assists now in the game. Bulls leading by 11. Middleton outside, from outside the arc. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Topic. And there's a pick. Launches a 3. And it's Chicago with a board. They led by as many as 18. They've got the Heat ahead of them in their next game in Miami. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Toronto trails by 11. Okiki, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Here's Topic. Middleton covering, and it's blocked.
Got to be aware of where Kareem is now. He's an intimidating, effective presence protecting the rim.
Outside Wembanyama from behind the arc. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 11 rebounds in the game. On the wing, SGA. A minute 20 left to play in the third. Pass to Topic. Just 5 to shoot. From the right block. And that one's long. Chicago leading by 11. Here's Wade. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. The Raptors have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Outside, SGA. Here's Holmgren. The focus from Holmgren there.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Middleton outside. No good. And they can't put it into the drought.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And there's the screen. Topic for 3. Fires, hitting the triple. Topic has got 11 points.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Here's Wade. 25 points in the game. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's the Chicago Bulls leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. The flow of the game has favored them in general, but hey, the tide can shift. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Harrington in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Bogdanovic. Here's Scott. Eason pulls it in.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Okeke. No good on the 3. Bulls leading by 6. Here's Scott. There's the triple. They get it again. Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good.
Well, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second chance opportunities.
Pass to Collier. The 3 knocks down the triple.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. Murphy. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Here's Scott. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Koloko with a rebound. Koloko's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Collier. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Murphy, no good. The Bulls have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. Shot is good by Harrington. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Here's Collier. The 3 is up. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside Bogdanovic. Here's Scott. From outside, off the mark.
Registering 3 threes in the first half. He hasn't hit one since.
Back to Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Malawach is checked in for Koloko. Chet Holmgren comes in for Eason. Topic is checked in for Furphy. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Collier. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle, and Coach had a very specific message for his guys. He said, quote, control what we can control. Play our game, and the rest will take care of itself. Solid message, if you ask me.
And Allie, thank you for that. Wembanyama, no good.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Akiki. What a great assist by SGA. That one goes in. Takes a three. Oh, it doesn't go. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Shoots a three. Another chance. Holmgren with the tough bucket.
Fearless. Holmgren wants to take those big shots. Wow.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Wade. Middleton outside. And again, another missed shot.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Holmgren. Oh, he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
Taking the contact and getting it to go. Holmgren stronger than he looks.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Up top, Wembanyama. Uncovered. That one goes. Yes, sir.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Here's Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Akiki. 5 on the clock. Misses the three.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Wembanyama. Oh, he jammed it.
And not intimidated at all. Wembanyama showing up in a clutch moment.
Now Holmgren. It's left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Oh, they're unable to get the tying basket there. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here. No. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making two-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They're down by 5. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And the second of 2 is good. And that puts him up 5. Chicago with the ball.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. And so Toronto takes the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2. And when you look at these teams on paper, there's a clear talent discrepancy.
Yeah, but Kevin, games aren't won on paper. And if you're the underdogs, most people have already written you off. So you go out and play free with no pressure and use all of that public doubt as motivation.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. O'Neal is out there with Bird. Then it's Young. Then there's Scoot Henderson. And it's Ross in at the 2 spot. Now here's Henderson. Bird outside. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Just such great consistency on that jump shot. Even though he's not always squared up, Bird terrific in the catch-and-shoot game.
Ayton a screen on Henderson. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now, here is Young. Pass to Bird. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bird's got 5 points so far.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Bird finds Henderson. Here's O'Neal. And he banks in the layup.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The Nuggets in second.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They've scored 10 straight. Henderson looking it over. Launches it. That shot, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Russell. Fires from deep. They get it again. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards, just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
You can't play better defense than that, patrolling that mid-range area.
And Stan, the head coach, Chris Finch, bringing a culture of accountability to this Timberwolves team.
Yeah, Chris Finch challenges every player, Kevin, top to bottom. No sugarcoating Coach Finch's message, but at the same time, getting that buy-in that a coach has to have.
A nice shot by Bird.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Outside, Ball. Gasol, a screen on Henderson. Ball, the pass to Gasol. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his third assist on the night. Timberwolves leading by 5. And here's Henderson. Nothing on the board. Pass to Bird. A 3-ball. Bird can't get that one to fall. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
Yeah, it was an all-around excellent performance, and one I'm sure they'd like to replicate tonight.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Teams changing it up here. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Pass to Leonard. Back to Porter. Henderson outside. The tray. And his third shot of the night. No good. 0 for 3. Stolen by Henderson. Excellent D there from Ball.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And the shot is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
For Minnesota, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Henderson against Ball, and finished off by Gasol.
And it's really smart to get Gasol moving in these pick-and-roll plays. He's not only an amazing passer, but a terrific scorer as well.
Now here's Henderson. He has yet to score. Pass to Leonard to end the drought. Big play by Bird to set it up. There's a minute left in the first quarter. Ball feeling it out a bit. And here is Gasol. Puts it up from 17. And no good. Trying to use the glass. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
3-pointer, Bird. Denver grabs the miss. Hero kicks the ball. 24 seconds left to play here in the first. Gasol on the wing. Back to Ball. 4 on the clock. From the arc. Porter pulls it in. No good that time. Al Gasol has been leading the charge for the Denver Nuggets. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves.